I just looked in the mirror. I was fat. I was ugly. Everything was hanging out, and then the haircut. It was just the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, just of myself. And I looked in the mirror, and I just got so mad. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm gonna control what I can control, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do just to get better at something, just whatever. I just attacked it the best way I could. I'm Nico. I'm about to go into some deep stuff here in a little bit. I get asked quite a bit sometimes about my mindset, about how I work out. Hope you enjoy and stay. Maybe learn something. Maybe you're going through the same stuff that I was going through, or maybe just kind of the same mindset. Just really trying to get better together and get better every single day and be better than I was yesterday. Oh, man.
What is up, guy?
What's up, man?
I had a lot of questions, but I think I'm just gonna go with what happened.
Man, so I graduated college of May of 2022, graduated from Sam Houston, go Bearcats. Man, when you graduate college, it's kind of like, what now? August is when I landed my first full-time job. And man, my mentality started to change. I started to be, I gotta start going for the future, all this stuff. A lot of good things were happening in this time. I was also getting pretty, or at least I thought I was getting pretty serious with my girlfriend at the time. Everything was going pretty well. Until it didn't. When I started getting this job, my mentality kind of changed. I started getting comfortable. When men or women, when anybody gets comfortable, it can be dangerous. So I started getting comfortable, and I started expecting things to just come to me because I was so-called doing things right. And in that, I was eating a lot more, and I was working out, I was lifting. I've always been into working out, but I was really just doing whatever I wanted, and it wasn't good. And so I started getting fat. So got up to 235 pounds. So I was a big, I like to say a big chubby guy. And I'm only like 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", so I'm not that tall. So I look like a big Michelin, for lack of a better term. During this time, as time is going on through the year 2023 towards the end, my mom got sick. She got this it's a very rare disease. I don't forget what it's called, but it's like a neuro where her antibodies attack like her own immune system. If you know about that, comment, because we're still learning about it. It is pretty insane. So she was bedridden for a while. She couldn't do anything. She lost a lot of weight. And man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom with everything. So it was really tough to see her like that. She got like these spasm cramps kind of things, and man, it was difficult to see her in pain, and it really was. My job was starting to really hit a wall to where nothing was really happening. I was just going to work and just really just not enjoying it, like just waking up and just hating going to work. My dad was super stressed with a lot of stuff going on with my mom. Everybody's like, just bickering. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on at home. So it's like, when I'm at work, I'm not enjoying it. Going home, I'm not enjoying it. I'm talking to my girlfriend. It's like, it's just gonna be a fight. And it's nothing on her. It had everything to do with me and my mentality and how I was thinking. I don't want to admit it, but I was definitely depressed. Not depressed enough to where I didn't do anything, but depressed to where I was just, whatever. Fast forward, my mom's in the hospital at this point. And my dad's spending the night there every single night with her. My family is really not talking to each other because we're all kind of upset of things going on, that things are doing, things are saying. And on top of that, my girlfriend at the time decided to end it. And I'm sitting here just like, what now? I'm thinking all this stuff went great, and now it's not. I thought the one thing that I had held is now gone, and I had to learn how to live with that. So, man, March and April was tough. March and April, I was just finding anything to do. I was just going to any party. I was just going out with anybody, just doing whatever to keep my mind off of it. And it just wasn't good, man. So after that happened, I was really just in this stage of like, this is how my life's gonna be. This is how I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna be a loser. Man, I even had thoughts of just ending it, man. Just being like, what is even the point of life? I had no vision. I felt like I wasn't needed. I just felt like I was just, my old football coach was like pissing in the wind, just whatever. And man, I was so off course, so off track. And then just this one day in May is when everything changed. I like to say, I think it was May 2nd. May 2nd is when I had the picture. I just looked in the mirror. I was fat. I was ugly. Everything was hanging out. I had no haircut. It was just the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, just of myself. And I looked in the mirror and I just got so mad. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm gonna control what I can control, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do just to get better at something, just whatever. I just attacked it the best way I could. So looked in the mirror. The only thing I really stuck with was, of course, fitness. So stuck with that. And the first to get into fitness, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I did the first thing I did, my motivation was to get back at my ex, right? That's what all the guys do. Man, I'm gonna look good for her. So I'm gonna make her wish that she didn't dump me, all this stuff. That was the motivation initially. So I really knuckled in. There's a guy named Merck Fitness. Man, lovely guy, dude. His name's Michael Smith. Dude has full of knowledge, and he really motivated me. I took into his word like a Bible, man. Like the way he did macros, the way he works out. I really just tapped in and just did everything that I could. And I just started working towards that, man. And I just started working and being consistent. And then 3 months later, I see that my ex now has a boyfriend. So, oh yeah, that hit me like a truck. But now I get even more motivation. I turn that into like, all right, bet. So then I'm like, of course, in your head, you're like, well, I'm gonna be better than that other guy, like all this stuff. So of course, I'm working even harder, going harder. Fast forward a couple more months, my physique starts to change. I see like a little ab, and I'm like, my bicep starts getting a little bit bigger. Vein starts to come out a little bit, and I'm like, So now I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I gotta stay consistent, continuing to go on. Now the motivation of what it was turns into, now I'm loving it. I'm going to, I actually at work, I got a new job. Thank the Lord. My mom was, she's not fully healed, but she is getting better. She's walking now. Everything's getting back to normal. Man, it's all about the grace of God, number one, but I'm not saying because I changed like everything else changed, but what I'm saying is my mindset during the time changed. I can control what I can control, and I just prayed for everything else to fall into place. And again, not everything is 100% perfect, but it's at least where I am happy with the choices that I made. So now fast forward all the way up to here. Now I'm working out and doing what I'm thinking, eating right, doing all these things, not just, of course the physique and looking good is a plus, but man, it really is just to help other people that were in a stage like that, to where they just feel like there's nothing else to do. Man, control what you can control. Control what you can control and just start from there. Whether it be fitness or work or anything that you want to do, control the controllables and just attack it and just go at it. Find that motivation and just go for it. So man, that's really just it, man. That's really what happened. It was just it. I tried to turn a really bad situation and everything that was going on into something good. And man, I'm moved out here to Fort Worth, Texas, and man, I'm really enjoying my life by the grace of God. Everything's falling into place the way I needed to go. I wanted to protect my peace and control my mindset through it all. There's no more, I'm this way because of this person, or I'm this way because of that person, or I should lay in bed and do absolutely nothing because my family's going through this, or my ex just broke up with me. Man, it's things are going to happen, but they make it better. So I don't want to, it's funny, I don't want to say like I owe anybody anything for it, but I'm glad everything did happen, because would I have changed my mindset or changed my ways if I didn't? So that's pretty much the whole story of what happened there.
What would you say the top 3 obstacles are for someone who's looking to follow in your footsteps in both health, nutrition, and bettering their circumstances?
Number one's going to be saying no. That's going to be the biggest obstacle. It's hard to say no to things that you used to do. Number one is going to be food. If you're going out or something like that, there's many times that I went out with friends and they're having drinks, or we're going to IHOP late at night, and I had to say no because it was like my goals are more important than what I was doing. That was hard because I'm so used to going and just ordering whatever and eating whatever and having a good time, but it was just like you had to say no. Going out and drinking a whole bunch. Alcohol's got a lot of calories in it. It's got a lot of stuff like that. I'm not saying it's bad. Drink it. They say
Moderately.
Drink it moderately. Drink it moderately, but it's it's got a lot of calories too. So man, I had to say no to a lot of things like that. I knew I had to wake up in the morning, the next morning. So it's like, you gotta say no to going out late or staying up late or anything like that, because I couldn't go after work because I had things to do after work. I was doing jujitsu at the time, so it's like I had to go to class. So I had a lot of stuff there. So saying no is probably the biggest obstacle. Next biggest obstacle following my footsteps is going to be body dysmorphia. Take those, I would say the biggest thing, I'm going to probably get into it a little bit later, but take some progress pics, man, because that really does help you. That's a big obstacle going forward. The whole time you're doing this good work, you're just thinking that you're not doing well because you look in the mirror and you just see where you began. Take the progress pics, that would be the second one. Third biggest obstacle, I would say, is caring what other people think. Because when I was doing what I was doing, I was bringing my scale to work. I was bringing things to work like tuna and stuff like that. Or when I was going to the gym, I didn't look the way I wanted to look. And, you think everybody's looking at you while you're doing cardio and you sound like this big, like huffing puffing. Like caring what people think is going to be the biggest thing. And I'm sorry, I'm going to pick 2 sub-points of 3. Caring what people think and comparing yourself. Those are the biggest obstacles, because you're going to see people who maybe were bigger than you or worse off than you, and they look now way better, and they look so good, and they do all this stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm never going to get there. Man, don't compare yourself. That is going to steal your joy, and you're not going to get your goals done. It's okay to have, be motivated to see that kind of stuff. That is okay, but take it moderately, just like drinking, bro, because you will compare yourself and you're going to feel bad and you're not going to want to continue. So that's the biggest thing. And caring what other people think, man, do what you want to do. You are the only one who can control, like I said earlier, control the controllables. Nobody's going to wake up tomorrow and want to make your life better. The only person who's going to make your life better is you. So when you do things, don't think, oh, what if this person, that's the biggest thing I had to get over, was making content and posting things that I want to post, like thinking, what is this person gonna think? What is this person gonna think? Man, you can't care, because honestly, they don't care. They really don't. You are doing it for you, and you're doing it for your peace of mind and your happiness and what you want, man. Or woman, whoever's watching this, do it for you. Stop comparing yourself. I'm gonna say that again. Just don't compare. It sucks. Don't.